Hi everyone. In this video, we'll look at a real demo of a production grade agentic AI system working on AWS, which takes a file for review and finally gives its analysis as to it should can be auto approved or it requires further approvals. Um, so this is what we'll look at in this video. We will start off with the architecture, uh, you know which mentions all the different components we are using, and then we go to this working demo. Hope it will help you clarify if at all you have any doubts. And by the way, these offerings we are providing are completely non-disruptive, so if we have to deploy this in your AWS environment, we won't be disrupting your existing infrastructure, so it's completely isolated in that way. Okay, so without further ado, let me quickly share my screen and we'll directly go to the architecture first, and then from there we will look at the demo. Okay, so as I told, we start off with uploading the contract you want this particular system to review. Okay, so the first step would be to upload that file into S3 bucket. This, as the file gets inserted, an event gets triggered. All those configurations would be done with Terraform. This event then triggers what we call as an invoke lambda, which in turn invokes step functions, right? And this lambda was just required, or this agent was just required, because directly S3 events don't trigger step functions. Okay, and then these step functions, which consists of different steps, starting from ingestion. This agent ingests the file, so irrespective of the file being a scanned document or a document which contains actual text, uh, both kind of documents this can ingest and then finally give you the extracted text. That extracted text then goes to compliance as well as risk agents, which will do compliance and risk analysis respectively and give their respective outputs. Okay, and obviously to do those analysis, they would require bedrock at the back end, which will make use of different models, gen AI models. This is where generative AI stuff happens. Okay, and finally whatever output is generated from compliance and risk analysis, which would comprise of compliance status, what this agent thinks of the document in terms of its compliance. Okay, on various levels. Okay, so all those attributes are also configurable. So at the tenant level, you can configure the region, the industry, and the thresholds, on which the decision has to be made, right? And similarly for risk analysis, you get outputs like overall risk score, overall confidence, and based on that, the last decision agent, ultimately tells us whether the document can be auto approved, or it should be just rejected, or it can be escalated to the legal team, or it requires human approval. Whatever set of options we provide, it can basically link it to that. And finally, that's what the output comprises of, right? So this is the typical architecture in terms of the components and services being used in AWS. And obviously we will try to log major stuff in Amazon CloudWatch. Now, hope this is clear. Let me directly move to the landing page, where I will show you the real demo of what we are trying to do. So let me quickly. Okay, so this is the file I want to check the compliance and risk analysis for the tenant, which I have chosen is Acme. Okay, so this file basically belongs to Acme, you can say like that. Let me do a upload here, and here you would also see what is going on with respect to the process. So basically it comprises 2-3 steps, as I mentioned in the architecture, starting from uploading to S3, then to triggering of step functions, and then finally uh, uh, ingestion, compliance, and decision, right? So processing has been done. Okay, now let us see what all happened. First, let us see the output. So this particular file needs to be escalated to legal team, so it is not auto approving that, it is not auto approving it. And so what are the reasons? Reasons are compliance status, it found it failed on GDPR. Okay, this was the risk summary it is giving, that it identified high risk clauses in termination, liability, and data protection. And for with respect to compliance summary also, it has provided a quick summary. Okay, so this is what it is able to actually generate at the end. Now if I go to the AWS, these step functions, this is the state which got executed, as you can see from the time. Okay, and these are the different steps it took. Started with ingestion, and then we are doing compliance and risk analysis in parallel. Both the outputs are then sent to the deterministic rules Lambda, which is nothing but the decision Lambda. Okay, the ingestion result and the compliance result are sent to this agent, and then finally the logic which we have put in this agent helps it determine whether this document needs can be auto approved, or it needs escalation, human approval, so on so forth, right? Whatever we have put in the logic, whatever logic suits for that industry, for that region, for that type of document. Okay, so as you see, it is able to do that. And by the way, we also persist data in DynamoDB, so that we can easily audit that decision as to why AI came up with that summary or decision. Okay, so that also happens seamlessly. Okay, so we have persistent storage in DynamoDB, where we store the job ID, the bucket, whatever is the compliance summary coming from the compliance agent, the risk summary, and the decision taken by the decision Lambda, the reasons it is the reason for that decision. Okay, right? So that's what I wanted to show in this video. Hope this helps you understand what kind of offering we are talking about, and this is the system which I am going to build after this video, where we start with the risk analysis agent. I already built the compliance and ingestion agents in the last video series I put. We now move towards risk, and then move towards decision agent, and the other parts related to the file upload, and so on so forth. Okay, hope you like the video, and if at all you are looking to do something similar, there would be link in the description. You can book a call with us, consultation call, and we'll see how we can help you. With that said, I'll take a leave, and I'll come up with some amazing videos in the future. Until next time, this is Romit signing off. Thank you.